Welcome everybody. Another live in this program of Ivy events. So a little bit late, 5 minutes. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues to start the broadcasting, but here we are. We are here with Lisa Borgiani, and with Lisa today we are gonna address a really different perspective, a different approach to this all European cooperation path that we are following with these Ivy events, because it's an artistic project, it's a photographic project, and the title itself, What is Europe to You, I think embeds really from its deep part all the concepts that we are delivering here. We have been talking about startups, development projects, cooperation projects, but what about the European culture? What about the citizens of Europe and their belonging to the Union? So Lisa started a photographical storytelling, let's say. Now Lisa will tell us more about it to understand the feeling of Europeans. So Lisa, what about this project? And thank you for coming, of course.
Thank you for the invitation. Hi to everyone. My name is Lisa Borgiani. I'm an Italian artist. I'm based in Milan. And I'm here today to introduce you a little bit about this photographic journey that I'm doing around the cities and capitals in Europe. Basically, it's a photographic story of the journey around Europe. Since when I was very young, I kept on asking myself, what is the meaning of Europe? What is Europe to me? As I couldn't find a real answer, I decided to ask directly to the European citizens. So I decided to take my camera and go directly to them. The first city where I went to was Athens. I joined my friend, the journalist Marta Ottaviani. She was covering the parliamentary elections in 2019. So I decided to start from there. Athens was the first city. And after the mapping of the city and the neighborhoods, I decided to start choosing the people in a very spontaneous and unexpected way for them, asking them, all of them, the same question: what is Europe to you? What is the meaning of Europe to you? While the answer, I take few black and white portraits. I can show you some of the portraits that I'm doing around the city. If you want to scroll a little bit, let me see. Can you see them?
No, Claudio, can you see the picture? I'm still on the home page, basically on the main frame.
Yes, me too. Maybe.
Okay, we can go on. I've portrayed and talked to different kind of people of different social backgrounds, profession. I talked to housewives, students, professor, entrepreneurs. If we can go further with the image here, let me see. Claudio?
Yes, just give me a second. I try to share for the audience.
Thank you.
Claudio can share it from the directing broadcasting moment. Yeah.
So the cities where I did this project were Athens and Berlin in 2019. And then in collaboration with Marta Ottaviani, she did the interview and the text on site. And then I did it in Milan and in Rome in 2020. Then I stopped for the COVID. And the next step will be Madrid, Brussels, Vienna as soon as possible.
Right. So here I have a big question for you before going on about talking the next steps, while Claudio is uploading the presentation to start seeing a little bit of this work, also from a graphic perspective. What about the results? So what did you collect? Because I'm quite curious, about the differences eventually and the response that people gave among these three countries, Italy, Greece, and Germany. So what was the feeling? What was the response here?
It's very difficult to generalize the answers, but I was very impressed by few things. First of all, I noticed a great interest and excitement of people to join the project. That means that they want to be part of this collage that I want to build. So it's for me it's very important, and it's very exciting to talk to them in a very spontaneous way, in order to get this feeling, the real feeling in one word. So I'm collecting all different words and different images. There is this great collage and the dialogue between the image and the word. So basically, this artistic project wants to be a big European collage made by each single voices and image, in order to create the big puzzle, the big collage at the end of it. So
if we want, like, I know that it's an ongoing process, it's not finished yet, but can we already now, I don't know, take out like 3 words that for now are, I think about this mapping, these softwares that they analyze words, and there are some of the words that are most spoken, they are the bigger ones, no?
Sorry, the line is not great. Can you say it again?
Yeah, so sometimes when you do some analytics, there are some softwares online that they check out what are the most spoken words in certain websites or something like that, or in surveys, for instance, in some polls. So I know that it's an ongoing process, but can we take out already like 3 words that are most explicative on what's going on now, until now?
So this is an artistic project. I'm not doing any survey, and I want to keep it as it is. It wants to be an artistic work. But at the end, of course, I'm just, trying to see what's the real feeling towards Europe. So I noticed that the young generation is very confident with Europe. So I got many responses like collaboration, future, life, love. They were very unexpected answers. But then it depends on the country. It also depends on a specific time that I'm doing at the moment that I'm doing the work. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the people will react after all this situation, after all the COVID situation, and see how the response. Can we see the image now? Oh, yes, that's it.
There it is. Master Claudio on the rescue. Thank you very much.
Okay,
but
so
what you said about, of course, collaboration is like basically the focus of our talks here. So that's great that actually people have this in their mind. And then the other fun fact is love, because probably, I know, especially millennials, in Europe, they are also called the Erasmus generation. And actually, once I read the statistics that since the Erasmus project is going on, the intra-European couples grew in an exponential way, of course. So it's only about studying, it's not only about an academic experience, but it's also about creating a sort of European people by merging different cultures together, also in couples, in partnerships, and in shaping citizens that are not only German, only Italian, only French, but they have a little bit of more than one country. So this is quite interesting, actually, especially with youth. Probably older people, they wouldn't think about this.
Yeah, I think it's very important to keep the individual in his country and in the city and in the place. As you can see from the image, you can see the context that where the people is portrayed. So I like to maintain and to give his identity, but at the same time, I want this identity to be part of the European collage. So once all the images and the photographs will be shown, we have an exhibition going on in Villa Vigoni right now. We want to show them all together. So we want to put the people from Milan together with the people from Berlin and together with Athens. So there will be a mix, nationality, mix of profession, mix of social backgrounds. We want to create the collage with each single individual, but in a community. So as you can see from the slide that are scrolling down, on the right side, of course, on the left side, you see the portrait, and the right side, you see the keyword, Europees, and that's the keyword that the person is expressing while I'm taking the portrait. So Europe is many things in a tiny space. This is Linda in Milan. She's an artist. Then
Europe is many things in a tiny place. I really like this, actually.
Yeah.
Claudia, we can stop 1 sec here. Because right now, I mean, I know some people that are following us, they know it, you know it. I'm in Colombia right now, okay? I'm living in Latin America. And of course, the idea, the perception that people have of Europe is that it's a small place, right? And for them, for a lot of people here, I'm European, right? And I must say that this is like my keyword or something like this. Until I moved on the other side of the ocean. Now, I started this journey like almost 9 years ago. But up to then, I never realized the fact that I was actually European. I'm European and we are European with an external perspective. But then, starting to think about it, it's true. I mean, Europe is a small place. But the diversity, so the many things in a little place, it's what makes our ecosystem unique and amazing in the world. I mean, in 2 hours, we can be in 3 hours from Catania to England. Like, I mean, from the deep south of Europe to the north part of it. And in this 3 hours flight, there is basically 3,000 years of history. So this is the great part of Europe. And I really like this definition of this artist here, is the many things. We are a lot of things. And diversity needs to be a plus, not a barrier. So I hope that this is a message that is coming up there through this artist, to these keywords. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep watching a little more of portraits with some keywords. So I mean, my face is not that pretty at this moment of the day. Thank you, Claudia. Yeah. So Lisa, please can continue. I was very impressed by this part, so I really wanted to open up.
Actually, we have one in Roma who say that Europe is too large. So we have different opinions and point of views. That's and that's the most beautiful thing. The thing that we are seeing Europe all in a different way. That's currency, okay.
Currency and hope.
Hope.
Yeah, let's not open the debate about the currency right now, but it's
very impressive sometimes, because sometimes I expect to get some of the keywords. I try to guess sometimes when I take the portrait, and then suddenly, for example, these 2 men here out of the Scala, Teatro La Scala, I could never thought that they were thinking about Europe as a chaos or nothing. So I was pretty surprised to see how people react in front of a question. And the thing is that nobody asked to themselves, has never asked themselves what was the meaning of Europe for them. So it's a very quick and very unexpected question. That's important too, the way that is unexpected.
Absolutely. And I think also, I mean, it's normal that there are positive answers, negative answers, neutral answers. That's pretty normal. But also behind the idea of nothing, I mean, that's part. I think it's the other face of the coin, with the many things in a small place, because like that is many things, and here it's nothing. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's still part of the diversity. Probably for someone the diversity is a lot of things. For another person, could be nothing. Let's say, because we are so diverse that we don't have anything to share. I mean, it's another.
That's a good interpretation.
But it's still the key is still diversity, and it's probably here. I mean, in these two interpretations. But of course, here with these IVE events, we are talking about cooperation. So it's important as well to see that there are still people that, of course, they don't have this perspective. And also here, it's the steps for improvement for the European Union, for the idea of Europe to actually keep growing. Because now, I mean, especially with the two crises that we faced in the last 10 years, before the economic one and now the pandemic one, of course, the trust towards the Union is being challenged. We know about all the political situations, the political parties all around, the Euroscepticism that is rising. So I think that this kind of project is something that the European Union should really take into consideration to understand the belly and to understand the feeling of its population. Because if we want to grow, and now I want your opinion on that, after all this investigation, both graphic and, personal that you did, what are the margins to keep building up a European population?
First of all, I think that it's very important what you just said. It's very important to create a direct link between the citizens and institutions. I think it's very difficult for them too to understand what's the real feeling towards Europe of the European citizens. So this project is born as an artistic work, but of course now a few more questions and debates are growing around it. For example, I like to focus the attention of the process of inclusion and social participation. I like to increase citizens' interest in the theme of Europe and create a new form of sharing, involve students, the young generation to be part of it. Of course, they've been born. They were born in the EU, but now what do they think about it? What's going on? The thing is that what's going on, and I want to express this with a dialogue between the images and the words. As you can see from the image right now, I go to the supermarket and they stop the person, they stop this lady, and I was surprised as she said that Europe is sharing.
There is a lot of also publicity of a famous Milanese supermarket.
Bishop.
So we can understand also the target of the of the kind of person stopped there, but that's also part of it, right? I mean the kind of belonging.
Believe me, it's very difficult to understand. Even if you are in a certain place, talking to a certain person, what they're going to answer. It's so difficult. I mean, I made this joke. I try to guess what they will answer. I mean, I have no time because I'm taking the portrait and I'm very focused on it. But then it's really funny to see how things are changing suddenly, and you expect one thing and then everything is changing in a few seconds. Because when I stop them, I explain them a little bit of the project, and then we talk, we laugh, we discuss, and then that's it. Goodbye.
I mean, I must think that apart from the importance and the relevance of the artistic project, it must be very fun to actually do it. So,
yes,
but
I love it.
Apart from this, Claudio, if you can bring me back, because we already. I mean, time is flying. We already are online. It's 20 minutes that we are online, so we are about to end our time together today. But before closing up the conversation, I want to set the basis for the follow-up. What's next? Okay, so first of all, what's the idea for developing this project, and then what's more?
So the idea is the same. I want to travel around all the cities in Europe and carry on this project in the same format. So the next steps will be, I will start, I think, in May, hopefully. I will go to Madrid, and then to Brussels, and then to Paris, according to the COVID situation. I will choose, now I'm going to choose the city according to the COVID situation, but it's fine because anyway. And then at the same time, I created a collaboration with the master in digital strategy of the Politecnico in Milan, and we have developed 4 digital strategy to involve citizens online. So now we created a format where to give the opportunity to all the people to join the project and leave their feeling towards Europe in one word. So we asked them, what is Europe to you? And we will collect all the words which will be displayed in the next exhibitions. We were involving people from different universities, from Bocconi, from the Polytechnic of Milan, and we want them to be part of this project.
One very quick question, since of course I'm going to anticipate you. We are going to, of course, at the end of this live, at the bottom here, in the where is it here? In the comments, like the YouTubers, now they do this. In the comments, you will see the form, of course, to participate. So please do it. One question: since we have a lot of people that are following us from Europe, but at the same time we have people from outside of Europe, is it possible for a not European to participate as well, to give their idea of what is Europe, or it is just reserved for now to European citizens, this form?
For now, it's just for the European citizens, but if they want to write me an email, I will start. The next step will be to, once I will finish all the European cities, I will go out of Europe, and I'm going to ask to the Americans, to the Chinese, and to the Russian, what's the idea of Europe. So the project is going to be bigger and bigger. So, but if they like to join, they can send me an email. I will collect all the voices and then
on a separate. Okay, so to like as an anticipation, let's say, of the future project. I actually love that, because as I said, I live outside of Europe for now. And when I asked about, sometimes I do it, I do it out of curiosity. Sometimes when they tell me, but you're a European, you're all the same, and I'm like, dude, like, what is Europe to you? What do you think Europe is? What's the perception? I actually do it because I'm like, of course, it's weird for me as an Italian that for people in America, I'm basically the same as a Polish or a French or a German. And of course, I tell them, no, there are a lot of diversity. I mean, probably I'm more similar to an Argentinian than to a German from a lifestyle. But there is that European something that makes us part of the same thing. So one thing is lifestyle, the other thing is belonging. So it's in value sometimes, and some kind of things that are normal for us in our European way of living that actually makes us European. So I think it's a very interesting question, and sometimes it's very important to differentiate lifestyle from values, let's say, and from common values. So I think this was great. I don't know if you'd like to finish with something before the saluting.
Yes, I just want to inform you that on May 9th, there will be the Europe Day. It's the International Europe Day. So we're going to present the project in a digital way in collaboration with different institutions, with the Consiglio Regionale della Lombardia, Mia Photo Fair, Villa Vigoni, and other institutions. We will present a video with all the project. This will be an official video of the work. It will be made by Ashtart Consultancy Management. And if you want to follow us, there will be more exhibitions going on. There will be an event in Ventotene for May 9th as well. And then in September, there will be more exhibitions and next year as well. So let's see if they will be able to do them physically, but hopefully from September it will be fine. And and if you want to visit the website, you can go to whatseurope.eu, but we're going to leave all the information.
Yeah, all the info in the comments, of course. So I'd like to close up with a couple of things. First of all, since these are an event sponsored and promoted also by Ivy, that we always thank for the opportunity and for this way of disseminating European culture, since European institutions are listening, I hope that eventually your project can get a little bit more visibility also there, and eventually there could be, you know, some interest. So if Ivy, if you are listening to us and this kind of project you'd like to keep up and also give a contribution for disseminating this activity and to keep it up, we are very open. I can speak on your behalf, Lisa, I guess, that we are more than happy to receive any kind of inputs to disseminate this project as much as possible and to further develop it. Another thing, we hope that it can be as much as more international and pan-European as possible, also with the exhibition. So not to be presented only in Italy and all these cities around Italy, but eventually when this pandemic situation will be, I don't like to say over because now we don't know about it, you know, but at least managed so that art and exhibitions will be on and open again. Hopefully, you might be exhibiting also in other countries around Europe. I wish this for you. And finally, we do have the video. Yes, so I'm gonna say bye-bye. I'm gonna say thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all the people that are listening to us and watching us. Also for the ones that will watch this video in the future, since it's still here on our page. If you have questions for us or for Lisa, all the the contacts will be in the comments. So we're gonna go off, and the video is gonna be on to conclude this beautiful intervention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The video is off.